Hey guys, this is Misa. Welcome back to another advanced lesson. In today's lesson, we're going to talk about distracted driving. And I'll teach you 10 words that you can use when you want to talk about this topic in English. But before getting to the lesson, I'd like to ask you 3 questions. Number 1, do you use your phone when driving? If so, what do you use it for? Number 2, which one do you think is more dangerous when driving? Eating or drinking? Number 2, responding to a text? Or number 3, taking a phone call? And the last question is, in what ways do you think passengers distract drivers? Let's get into this lesson together.
Distracted driving. Keep your eyes on the road. Distracted driving is the #1 cause of motor vehicle accidents on today's roads. Distracted drivers miss traffic signals, hit pedestrians, and swerve into wrong lanes. Failing to notice that traffic has come to a stop is one of the most deadly mistakes they make. You may think of distracted driving as a visual impairment, since you're taking your eyes off the road. However, there are other types of distractions for drivers, including manual distractions, where you take your hands off the wheel, and cognitive distractions, where you take your mind off the road. Putting on makeup while driving is an example of a manual distraction. Verbally breaking up a fight between your kids is a cognitive one. Texting while driving is one of the most dangerous distractions because it requires drivers to take their eyes, hands, and minds away from the road for an average of 5 seconds. Since texting is a form of immediate communication, many people feel the need to respond instantly, even when they are behind the wheel. In over 30 countries, it is illegal to use a handheld electronic device while driving. However, even hands-free devices, such as Bluetooth technology, are associated with driver error. In fact, some studies suggest that hands-free driving can be as dangerous as drinking alcohol and driving. In Japan, Portugal, and New Delhi, the use of any mobile device, including hands-free technology, is illegal for drivers. Are car manufacturers partly to blame for distracted driving? Many vehicles on the market have high-tech built-in gadgets like GPS units. Drivers can't help fiddling with this technology while driving. Gone are the days where you simply turned a dial to find a radio station. Drivers can now play movies, search for playlists, and even surf the internet. Some drivers even boast that they are good at multitasking. While many drivers swear they would never text and drive or drink and drive, they don't think twice about eating or drinking non-alcoholic beverages while driving. Though it only takes a split second to remove a cap from a water bottle, it also requires 2 hands that should both be on the wheel.
Now let's take a look at the words used in this context. Number 1, distracted. Distracted. Distracted is an adjective, and it means not focused. When you're distracted, you're not focused. You are not paying attention. When you're distracted while driving, you're not paying attention, or you're not paying close attention. You are not focused. Now, let me give you 2 more examples. Number 1, I was so distracted by the noise outside that I couldn't focus on my presentation. I was so distracted by the noise outside that I couldn't focus on my presentation. Number 2, he gets distracted easily whenever his phone lights up with notifications. He gets distracted so easily whenever his phone lights up with notifications. So, distracted means not focused, to get distracted. Number 2, visual. Visual. Visual means related to use of your eyes. Related to use of your eyes. Visual. Visual. For example, the film's visual effects were stunning and made the story come alive. The film's visual effects were For example, The film's visual effects were stunning and made the story come alive. The film's visual effects were stunning and made the story come alive. Or, many students are visual learners who remember information better through images and diagrams. Many students are visual learners like myself who remember information better through images or diagrams. A visual learner is someone who learns better with images, like myself. Okay, I'm a visual learner. Visual. Number 3, manual. Manual. Manual means when you use your hands for something or related to use of your hands. Manual. Manual. When you use your hands for something. For example, this car has a manual transmission, so you need to know how to use a clutch. This car has a manual transmission, so you need to know how to use a clutch. A manual transmission means not automatic. Manual transmission, not automatic. Manual labor can be exhausting, but it's also rewarding when you see the results of your work. Manual labor can be exhausting, but it's also rewarding when you see the results of your work. Manual, when you use your hands for something. Or for example, this report needs a lot of manual work. This report is not automated. It needs a lot of manual work. I need to go in, find information, put them together, put them in a chart, put them in a table. It needs a lot of manual work. It's not automated. So when something is manual, it's not automated. Number 4, cognitive. Cognitive means related to use of your mind. Cognitive. For example, reading regularly helps improve your cognitive abilities such as memory and reasoning. Cognitive abilities related to mind. Reading regularly helps improve your cognitive abilities such as memory and reasoning. The patient showed significant cognitive improvement after months of therapy. The patient showed significant cognitive improvement after months of therapy. So let's go back to the context. This is how cognitive is used in the context. So it says, however, there are other types of distractions for drivers, including manual distractions, where you take your hands off the wheel, or cognitive distractions, where you take your mind off the road. So manual distraction, cognitive distraction. Manual distraction means when you're not using the wheel, you're using your hands for something else. And cognitive distraction is when you take your mind off the road. For example, you're just deeply thinking about something, so you're not focused. You are distracted. So cognitive distraction and manual distraction. Let's get back to the vocabulary. Behind the wheel, driving or being the driver of a vehicle, being the driver behind a wheel, driver. When you are behind the wheel of a vehicle, you are driving that vehicle, you're driving that car. For example, you should never ever use your phone while you're behind a wheel. It means while you're driving a vehicle. After 10 years of not driving, she finally felt confident behind the wheel again. After 10 years of not driving, she finally felt confident behind the wheel. She finally felt confident driving a car. Okay? Next one. Driver error. Driver error. A mistake that is the driver's fault. When the driver make a mistake, it's a driver error. So when someone who's behind a wheel makes a mistake, that's called the driver error. For example, the investigation revealed that the crash was caused by driver error, not mechanical failure. The investigation revealed that the crash was caused by driver error, not mechanical failure. It means the crash was the driver's mistake. The driver actually made a mistake that led to the crash. Most road accidents result from driver error, such as speeding or distraction. Most crash or most accidents result from driver error, like speeding or distraction. Now let's go back to the context. I'm just trying to find the example here. So in this context, it says, however, even hands-free devices, such as Bluetooth technology, are associated with driver error. Driver error. Okay? So driver error means when the driver makes a mistake or driver's mistake somehow. GPS. GPS is the short term for Global Positioning System. GPS. We all know what GPS is, right? Thanks to the GPS, we didn't get lost on our way to the mountain cabin, thanks to the GPS. Or modern GPS systems can even warn drivers about upcoming traffic jams like Waze or Google Maps. So modern GPS systems can even warn drivers about upcoming traffic jams. GPS. Next one, fiddle. Fiddle. To touch and play with something for a while. Fiddle. To touch or play with something for a while. To use something for a while. To play with something for a while. For example, he kept fiddling with his pen during the meeting, which was quite distracting. You ever notice? I always do this. For example, someone is talking to you and you're holding a pen, you're using the pen, you're tapping the pen on the table or on the desk. Like so, he kept fiddling with his pen. He kept fiddling with his iPad pen during the meeting, which was really distracting. Don't fiddle with the radio while driving. It's dangerous. Don't fiddle with the radio while driving. It's very dangerous. Going back to the context, it says drivers can't help fiddling with this technology while driving. To fiddle with something, to play with something. So drivers can't help fiddling with this technology. Next one, think twice. Think twice. When you think twice about something, you're actually paying more attention to that thing, or you're considering that thing carefully. So to think twice means to consider carefully, to think deeply. For example, you should think twice before lending money to someone you barely know. You should think twice before lending money to someone you barely know. The accident made her think twice about driving late at night. The accident made her think twice about driving late at night. Think twice. For example, when I'm offered something that I like, I don't think twice. When I'm offered something I like, I don't even think twice. I accept it. Okay, so to think twice. And the last one, split second. Split second means very short time. Split second, very short time. A split-second decision saved the driver from crashing into the wall. A split-second decision saved the driver from crashing into the wall. In sports, a split-second delay can mean the difference between winning and losing, like basketball, for example. So split-second, split-second. Going back to the context, it says, though it only takes a split second to remove a cap from a water bottle, it also requires two hands that should both be on the wheel. Okay, so split second means very short time. So these are the 10 words that were used in the context of today's lesson. Distracted, visual, manual, cognitive, behind the wheel, driver error, GPS, fiddle, think twice, and split second. Now, for the next part, let me ask you some comprehension questions, okay? I want you to take a listen to the file once more and try answering these questions. Number one, what are the 3 types of distractions while driving? What are the 3 types of distractions while driving. Number 2, why is texting considered one of the most dangerous forms of distracted driving? Number 3, what is paragraph 4 mainly about? Number 4, if someone was programming a GPS while driving, what kind of distraction would this be? And the last one, why does the reading mention a water bottle? Why does the reading mention a water bottle? Okay, perfect. Now this is my favorite part, vocabulary review. Let's fill in the gaps together, okay? Number 1, I went through a red light because I was by the kids. I went through a red light. I passed the red light. I didn't notice the red light because I was distracted by the kids. Number 2, will still be the main cause of accidents when we have driverless vehicles like Tesla. I think some Teslas are driverless. I'm not sure though. Will still be the main cause of accidents when we have driverless vehicles. So when the vehicle is driverless, will driver error still be the main cause of accidents when we have driverless vehicles? Number 3, I was around the radio when I swerved in another lane. I was fiddling around. I was playing around. I was fiddling around with the radio when I swerved into another lane. Set up before you go on your road trip. Set up your GPS before you go on a road trip. And the last one, never drink alcohol before you get behind the wheel. Never drink alcohol before you get behind the wheel. Now, I am going to give you some sentences, okay? I'll give you some sentences. Listen and try to find the word that matches with that sentence, okay? Just one word, one of the words that we just learned together, okay? Number 1, it happened so quickly, I didn't even have time to react. It happened so quickly, I didn't even have time to react. What's that word? Perfect. Split second. It happened so quickly, I didn't even have time to react. Split second. Number 2, I find that audiobooks take my mind off the road. I find that audiobooks take my mind off the road. They take my mind off the road. Related to mind. Something related to mind is cognitive. Perfect. Cognitive. Cognitive. Next one. I have trouble seeing the lines on the road in the dark. I have trouble seeing the lines on the road in the dark. Seeing the lights or seeing the lines. Seeing the lines. Seeing related to your eyes. Something related to one's eyes is visual. Visual. Perfect. So number 2 was cognitive. Number 3 is visual. The accident was all my fault. I didn't check my side mirror. The accident was all my fault. I didn't check the side mirror. It was my fault. I was the driver. I made the mistake. The driver made the mistake. So driver's error or driver error. It was my fault. I made a mistake. I was the driver. I was behind the wheel. The driver made a mistake. So driver error. Perfect. He hates being a passenger. He always wants to drive. He hates being a passenger. He always wants to drive. He wants to drive. He wants to be behind the wheel, or he wants to get behind the wheel. Behind the wheel. I don't know how to get to the university. My phone will find it. I don't know how to get to the university. My phone will find it. GPS. And you really should consider getting a bus pass. The road is so dangerous. You should really consider getting a bus pass. The road is so dangerous. Perfect. Consider, think twice. Awesome job, everyone. And now for the final part of the lesson, I have 4 more questions for you. Are you ready? Should hands-free electronic devices be banned for drivers? How does lack of enforcement contribute to distracted driving accidents? Should pets be allowed to move freely in a moving vehicle? Why or why not? And the last question, what should the penalties be for distracted drivers? Should young drivers face greater penalties than experienced drivers? Thank you so much for watching this lesson all the way through. I'm so proud of you. Thank you so much for spending your time on something practical, something useful, something that you know will get you a little bit closer to your goals. And thanks so much for choosing Misa and Farazan. It means a lot to me. Don't forget to like this video. If you want to share your examples with me, all the words that we learned today, if you want to make sentences with them, put them in the comments below. I always go through your comments and I try my best to respond to your questions. And share this video, share Farozabon with your friends. Have a great day. Until the next lesson, love you guys so much. Take care. See you soon and bye-bye.